I done leveled up, I'm on a new level. Everything I touch turn to gold. Ain't I something special? This one for my haters, I'm a motivator. I make them niggas wanna do better. I want too much, I can never settle. Settle for less, nigga, I can never. If she did better, I probably would've kept her. But oh well, I found something better, and she gon' do me better.
How you get into coaching?
Man, believe it or not, I was training for a kickboxing fight. And my ex-wife at the time, and my stepson, who's now 27, I raised him, was fighting. And me and her was fighting on the local kickboxing circuit. And then I had moved to Dallas to be with her, and I came back to Fort Worth. And when we came back to Fort Worth, my stepson started boxing. He had a coach. And the coach started coaching, he still wanted to box. And he asked me if I would coach him. So I started coaching him, started coaching my ex-wife, and started coaching a bunch of little local guys in the neighborhood, and I built my amateur boxing team from there. See, that's what people don't know. I started out coaching boxing. Everybody sees him, so I started coaching them, built me a nice little amateur boxing team, pro boxing team. Then my ex-wife was 31 at the time, turned pro. She wanted to box, I turned her pro. She got ranked in the top 10 in the United States, made her real good. And I built my team from there. Then at that time in 2005, 2006, I had an amateur MMA team. This was before MMA was really big around here. And we was going to Louisiana and fighting. So I built from there, and everything just started taking off from there, man.
All right, so what you love most about coaching?
Man, honestly, people think that coaching is about the fighting. What I love most about coaching is being able to relate to the people. I was a hard-head, knucklehead growing up, got in a lot of trouble, been locked up a couple times. You know, I'm not saying I did all this hard time, but been locked up, been in them streets, ran the streets for a long time, didn't have no guidance, was all over the place. And so I love helping people that need help. So whether I'm helping you reach your goal as a fighter, that's one thing. But my main thing is to reach you as a person. I want to see how I can talk to you and reach you as a human being. I want to see if I can reach you, what's going on in your life. A lot of people don't have parents. A lot of people don't have people guidance. And so I've been blessed to have a mentor and leadership type spirit. So I love helping people. The best thing I love about coaching, if you become a world champion in boxing or MMA while I'm coaching you, that's great. But I'd rather you become a world champion in life. I'd rather you become a world champion in the spirit. I'd rather you become a world champion with God. I'd rather you become a world champion in life. And because we know everybody's not gonna fight. So when you get out in that world and anything that I helped you with, and you're able to use your spirit and your mind to become successful, and that's when I know I did my job. Anybody can fight. Anybody call himself a coach, but a mentor and a leader and a counselor, you're all that in one when you're coaching. And if coaches don't embrace that, then they got the wrong idea about coaching. That's the biggest thing I love, is to help people, and the unity and the fellowship and seeing people get along and having fun. When we be having parties at the gym and seeing everybody having fun, hugging each other, loving each other, hanging out with each other, then I know I did my job.
All right, so tell me this, what are some of the struggles you deal with in being a coach?
Well, as a coach, you're gonna deal with fighters leaving you after helping them out, doing everything you did for them. A lot of them look up to you as a dad figure, so dad's always going to be the one to get blamed for everything, no matter what you do for them. Not paying, people being unappreciated, not grateful. I heard one saying one day, my buddy Eric Flores said, if you ever want to become a coach, prepare to have your heart broken. It's part of the game. And people blaming you after you give them your world, give them your life, put yourself in front of your own family, and people not being respectful and not being appreciative of. Those are the common things that most coaches do.
You work with a lot of professionals, man. You want to shout any of the professionals that you work with out on camera?
I mean, I've put 3 people in the UFC. I've had guys like in the top 10, top 10 boxing. I mean, we had Kevin Holland, James Vick, and Shannon Dobson, all 3 of them in the UFC. Trained Cody Pfister, who was in the UFC. Had a heavyweight, Jesse Hernandez, that was going to go to the UFC, and through other complications couldn't make it. So train a lot of guys, train a lot of boxers, kickboxers, UFC guys, MMA guys, and got a lot of upcoming guys. That's what I'm excited about, is my upcoming guys that I'm training now. So.
How long you been coaching?
Man, 20 years.
20 years. You deep in the game, then.
20 years, I tell them. That's why they call me OG around here, because I know the game, been around the game, seen it all. There's nothing I ain't seen and witnessed in this game, man. So that's why I'm just relaxed about it.
So, what makes you different from other coaches?
Well, it goes back to, honestly, man, it really goes back to this one thing. I really care about people's lives, right? I'm not saying a lot of other coaches don't, but I know the difference between me is people's looking for fighters and the next world champion. I'm not. I'm looking for the next spiritual world champion. So what separates me is that I bring an environment of love and fellowship, and I accept anybody. I don't care if you're white, black, whoever you are, slow, disability, sexual orientation, religion, I don't care. You come in my gym, I'm gonna treat you like everybody else. So the separation is that I go out my way to do the will of God, and I go out my way to make sure that people, when they're around me, that they feel love and they feel like they got a home and they got a family.
Really? So what do you look for? If I just come in your gym, like, what do you look for in a fighter?
They gotta show me, man. I'm not really looking for nothing for fighters. When you get to my stage in life, I'm not. Coaching fighters is not my big thing. You know, I do motivational speaking now, and I travel and I do all kind of things, podcasts, interviews, you know, teach classes. Now I got people that I've been training for years. One of my UFC fighter, James Vick, kids that I've been training are now teaching some of the class I teach 2 days a week. So most of the time, people are looking to see me out, like asking me if I can train with them or if they can train with me. And man, my approach is different. It's like, look, come in the gym and you gotta show me. I ain't gotta show you. You gotta show me what you made of. I ain't gotta show you. You gotta show me. And through time, it's gonna take time. Through time, if I see something in you and I see that you're consistent, I see that you're respectful, I see that you're taking care of your coaches, taking care of everybody around you, I see all that, then I'll give you a chance. Other than that, I'm not looking for fighters. They look for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, so this is your gym. This your gym. All right, so for the people who want to open their own boxing gym, man, what do they need to do, and how did you do it?
I took a leap of faith, man. I didn't have no money, I didn't have nothing. I just believed and said, I'm gonna open up a gym. And I opened up a gym and I had everything come with me after that. But I wouldn't suggest people to do that. I did it through faith and I had a calling to do that. But I would tell people, have credentials first. Because there's a lot of people opening up gyms and coaching that don't need to be coaching. Make sure you have credentials. And align yourself with people that know what they're doing. So if you're the talent, find somebody that knows the business. You're the talent, have the business, and have somebody that's trustworthy that can help you run the business, and that's how you build your business. And being patient and take your time. Man, I've owned the gym for 13 years, and I'm just now starting to be successful with it. But I wouldn't, you know, I took my time, I was patient. I had a lot of trial and error. Sometimes the gym closed down, opened back up, had a lot of things. You're gonna go through things. I went through things because I didn't have investors. That's another thing. If you're gonna do it, get investors. Get people that can bring money to the table that you can trust, build a good partnership, and go from there. I didn't have none of that, so I had to build all that way from, I have it now, but I had before, so I had to build all that from the ground up, which I'm glad I did it because it made me who I am today. So I believe with God, who I serve to be God as the Father, and Jesus Christ as to be the Son, is what helped me in my life, and what helped me do things. Some people say that other things help them, but Jesus Christ is what helped me. And so I want to speak on that for a second. I'm not going to take most of y'all time, but I'm hoping the ones that don't get to see this live go back and check this out and say that, understand that when I speak on pride, I say pride gets men killed. Pride gives men depression, because what pride does, it gives you a false hope of yourself. And what pride does is, especially along with men, and along the men of men, period, but black men specifically, I talk about in our community that I'm mad. And not just white, black men, white men too. I see a lot of people Facebook posts, and it's about their pride. It's about, I want everybody